Hello everyone, I'm going to do a painting tutorial on how to paint Team Yankee tanks, or Checkpoint Charlie tanks in this case, like this. Strong Command and Conquer vibe. So what I did first is I primed the model black, then I taped the tracks and the gunbarrels from the turret and the MGs. And after that, I primed it red. Just a normal spray primer, nothing special. Those need still drying time, so I will come back and start the process of painting as soon as those are properly set and dry. Okay, so they are dry now, and the first step is going to be a non-oil all-over wash of the red parts. So I will just go around, wash the whole miniature. Keep an eye on it so it doesn't pool too much, but give it a quick wash. And I'm going to ignore the bottom. The bottom is red, primed red, that's more than enough. If you don't flip your tanks over, doesn't matter. Some people do though, so if you want to paint the bottom as well, you can freely do so. Like that. I let that dry, and then I do the same for all the other tanks and the turrets, and then I'll be back after it's dry. Okay, so it's dry now, and I also pulled off the tape from the MGs to have space with my brush, and I will use now my makeup brush as a dry brush and use the base red tone to buffer out those irregularities you get from the wash staining surfaces. So I take some of this color. In my case it's Mephiston red, but whatever red you use or color you use, take that base color. And I will use my makeup brush like a dry brush. Then I will just go in circular motions and buffer out the red. It's basically just for the highest points and for all the flat panels, so the wash doesn't take over so much. Let's see if I can do... As you can see here, there is a lot of staining, which I want to get rid of. So what I'm doing is I'm using a circular motion to buffer out these stains here. Oops, that's too much paint. Just like that, and that makes it look a bit more coherent. And I will do this as well for the turret. As you can see, I have a very harsh stain here. I'll go in and use my brush to slowly getting rid of the staining, like that. Just like that. I will do this for all the tanks and I'll be back after that with the next step. Okay, now that everything's buffed out, I use some Eversun Scarlet, which is a lighter red, and I will do another dry brush. And that's just a regular dry brush. Going over the mini quickly to just catch the raised parts, just like that. And I will go around to this for all the tanks. Be right back. Now it looks like this. And I will do a final highlight, dry brush highlight with Wild Rider Red. Same issue, same thing again. Get some of my makeup brush. And I'm going to focus this on this front here. Oops, that's a bit too much color. Better. Front towards the back, but I will leave this back in the last airbrush, dry brush color. Airbrush color. I will just go through. Do the front and top. Just for some more paint variety. Same with the turrets, just a little bit on top. Ooh, I broke something. That happens. I can repair that. Get it out. Be careful while dry brushing or you break your miniatures. Just put some glue in here. Let it drop. Turn it back to where it was and let it dry. You can repair everything that is plastic, luckily. So this breakage is annoying, but not the worst thing that could happen. So I'm going to rinse my brush now because I'm done with the red. And now I will remove the tape from the tracks. This. I'll just basically pull this off completely and see if the tracks are still black, which they are. Get out of here. Just like that. And also I will remove it from here. Just like that. And as you can see, if I can get rid of this tape now, I need to do some cleanup here. I need to do some cleanup on those MGs. And maybe on some tracks. So I will do that now. I take some Abaddon Black. Put it on my palette. Take a brush and just clean that up really quickly. That. Like that. And as you can see here, there is also some red that needs cleanup. I just take the Mephiston red base coat and paint it in here. Looks harsh, but when it dries, you won't even notice it properly, or really doesn't matter. Both sides. Also some G here. Got some of the dry brush, so I will just quickly go over the MG and blacken it back in. And while I'm on it, I will paint those copulars here on this side, like that, and this one here. Just like that. And on the tanks, I want those barrels to be black. So we'll go around and quickly paint them as well. Between those barrels. There. Just like that. Spill some black here, clean that up. Okay, I will do this for all the tanks and then I'll be back. Okay, so all is blacked in. And now I'm going to use some mechanical standard gray, my palette, and do another dry brush for the tracks and only the tracks. I will use the mechanical standard gray for some edge highlighting as well. Okay, so everything is blacked in now, and I will use a dry brush of mechanical standard gray for the tracks. Just like that. And I will do this on all of them. And also I will edge highlight all of the barrels, just like that. And also all the machine gun copulars and gun barrels with a little bit of mechanical standard gray. I will do this for the tanks, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so they are basically done now. The turrets at least are done. And I will do some dried bark on ropes and on the log. To have something that gives a little bit of contrast. Just like that. And also those ropes here getting painted like that. Now I will take some Towelite ochre, my palette, and now paint some wood grain onto this log. Just a spot brown here. And I will use the same color and dab this rope for some small highlights and some rope texture. And last but not least, we'll take some Agrax Earthshade if I find it. There we go. And I will wash the log and the rope with this. to make it look a bit more coherent, and shade this rope just like that. And that tank is done. So I will do this for the rest here, and that's how I paint them to look like this. Thanks for watching. Bye.